Hey, this is Drew Page. Welcome to the Drew Page channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Iron Mike Tyson and his punch of somebody on a plane. TMZ broke the news today that there was a passenger on a flight that Mike Tyson was on. Allegedly, the passenger was trying to get a picture with Mike Tyson. Apparently, that wasn't enough for this person. This person just kept coming at Mike Tyson, and ultimately it led to an altercation. So let's kind of walk through the clip that TMZ has. Total credit to them. We're going to walk through it and see the legal implications of it. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell. And without further ado, let's get started.
George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
Here in the video, we see the passenger is hovering over Mike Tyson's, gesturing, moving his arm, and Mike Tyson's just sitting there. But clearly, Mike Tyson has not given consent for this person to hover over, at least not from the video. Now, obviously, we don't know where this all started, but at least from this portion of the video, we can see that the passenger is moving in Mike Tyson's direction, and Mike Tyson appears to be either ignoring him or in any event does not seem to be giving consent. So some could legally argue that this passenger may be the initial aggressor. A battery is the harmful or offensive touching of another with the intent to create reasonable apprehension of harm or of a battery. And an assault is the reasonable apprehension, causing reasonable fear of an imminent battery. So an assault is basically an incomplete battery. And so the fact that the person doesn't actually touch him, and whether he touched him or not or caused something else to touch him, we'll deal with shortly. But at least in this part of the clip, there is an argument that Mike Tyson may be getting assaulted or harassed. And so, we'll see how the rest of the video progresses.
My dog done got lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to give us some shrooms. You don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. This shit crazy as fuck.
He should have never gave you his money.
Peasants. They're peasants.
In this portion of the clip, we see that the person that's beside the passenger that ultimately gets punched is commenting about the fact that this guy's mixing it up with Mike Tyson and that he can't believe that he's doing this. And you see the passenger is just kind of unruly. He's making a joke out of it and is clearly putting on a show for this person that's across the seat. So this isn't somebody that is just some innocent bystander that is just hanging out, minding his own business. He's clearly taking some actions that are trying to garner him some attention. So let's see what attention he gets here in a second.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go.
So that's the now infamous video of Mike Tyson coming along and punching this guy in the chair. And you see he doesn't just throw one, he throws multiple punches. Now, legally, I mean, obviously, Mike Tyson has been trained as a fighter, so there is some potential that, you can go too far in some circumstances. But in most situations, if you're not the initial aggressor, you can take reasonable action to defend yourself and protect yourself against an assault or battery. And, even though he's a boxer, he's trained, he's been a heavyweight, just throwing those regular punches, I don't know that that's an excessive use of force. And yes, if in some circumstances, even just your hands, if you're a highly skilled fighter, you're trained, or in some other circumstances, you could be deemed to be using excessive force in some circumstances, beyond merely self-defense. But looking at this video, it doesn't appear that that's the case. Now, if a court were to determine that the passenger was not the initial aggressor and that he was just being aggravating, and Mike Tyson, to shut down the aggravation, just decided to start punching on this guy, then Mike Tyson could potentially be liable for assault and battery, and this person could have a suit. Now, I will say that just because you can win the suit on liability doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win on damages. And, you know, you could win a case and earn what's called nominal damages, which is essentially $1. So someone may say, oh yeah, well, under the letter of the law, Mike Tyson, if this other guy was deemed to not be the initial aggressor, Mike Tyson assaulted and battered this guy. And then the jury may look at this whole situation and say, well, this guy was being aggravating even if he wasn't being an initial aggressor. And I'm not saying he was or wasn't. I mean, we just have the video. But a jury could essentially award no special damages and just say, okay, you were right, he assaulted you, but you were being a jerk, so you get $1. Have a nice day. Now, I don't know if this guy was doing this for a money grab, try to get some sort of settlement from Iron Mike. But you see the video. I mean, that's basically the law around assault and battery. But the end of the clip, you know, kind of shows where this guy's head at. So let's talk about that too.
JetBlue, mid flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got fucked up.
This guy comes off with a frowny looking face, and the guy across the seat is, you know, giving commentary about how he got messed up. Gets him to turn around to show the blood from the lacerations and all of that stuff. So there's no doubt in my mind that this is going to end up in court somewhere, either in a civil case or some sort of criminal case. But you know, it will be interesting to see how many other videos there are around this event that show all the stuff leading up to it. Now, since this initial report, TMZ just came out with a report that Mike Tyson is saying that this guy threw water on him from a water bottle. So if that's the case, then clearly this other person, if he threw a water bottle or threw water on him intentionally, then that would constitute a battery, and Tyson has every right to defend himself. The other thing that'll be interesting to play out is if this passenger is deemed to be the initial aggressor, what liability does the airline have, does JetBlue have, for not protecting their passengers? I mean, they see this guy, he's standing up, he's making movements. Did Mike Tyson inform the other, the flight people, or did his handlers, his people, talk to the airline representatives and say, this guy's aggravating me, harassing me? You know, there may be potential liability for them as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, I'm Drew Page. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and until next time, stay tuned.